Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy InfamousNooneHD, and I'll be making a video for you guys over War Thunder. This is a free PC game that I'll have a link in the description if you guys want to download it. It only takes a couple of minutes, and it's really not that bad. Overall, I'm going to be talking throughout the entire gameplay about what I, thought of it and stuff of that assortment. I did play it quite a bit last night, and to be honest with you guys, it's a really good experience. It's actually a little different than playing, Battlefield stuff like that all day long. And it kind of gave me inspiration to kind of want to make a video and talk about it. I definitely wanted to make this video a couple of days ago and stuff like that when I first told you guys about, War Thunder. I gave you guys the implication and the notification that I was going to be making a video of it. But in the theoretical terms, I'm just not the best player in the entire world, but I did do pretty good on this one. I was pretty pleased with it. I think I definitely got us the W and, throughout the entire thing. If you guys are unfamiliar with the game and the functionality of how it works, if you guys look up on the top, you'll see a blue and red bar. Obviously, the blue is us because we are the good team and stuff like that, or basically just giving you the insignia that, blue is for friendly. The red, however, is the opposing opposition, and you got to kind of drain that. It's kind of like playing, domination or something like in Call of Duty. Instead of it, going down, it goes up in Call of Duty. But the same rules of thumb applies. You can play Conquest. It's like the bleed effect and stuff like that. So, you have to destroy other planes. You destroy the anti-air, the ground vehicles on the ground, because there is two different things going on at the same time. You have plane on plane, you have air on air, and you have the ground on ground. So obviously, you can't really control the tanks, the vehicles on the ground. They kind of just do their own thing. But your job is to try to basically make their job a lot easier. You fly around, and you guys will see me. I absolutely annihilate the, opposition's vehicles. I fly multiple times. I drop bombs on their anti-air bunkers, and I do all that stuff because it helps my team win. It drains their tickets, and in theoretical terms, it makes the game go a little bit faster, and you get a lot of points for it. So, anyway, I guess that's the main gist of the functionality of it. I mean, there's not really a whole lot of information regarding that, but I will be honest with you guys, I do have the beginning planes as of the making of the commentary or the video, and, I have upgraded since then. I've definitely put in the research points, and I do have quite a lot better vehicles as of the moment. I do have planes that have more guns on them. I think I have one that has 4 guns on it, and that's really powerful. I definitely love flying that one. It's a little bit bulkier and stuff like that, so it's a little easier to shoot down if I'm not on top of my A game. But it does turn a little bit slower, but it does climb faster, so there's different traits that you really have to take note of. It's not like every plane is balanced, because I think that would just kind of take away from the point of it. Now, granted, I haven't really found anyone that is really using the really good planes yet. There are different tiers. There's ones that cost a lot of points, and it's pretty crazy to look at those. But I haven't seen anyone, so if you guys definitely jump into it, you'll probably see the guys that are up in a little bit higher tier than you, but it's not too bad. I mean, there's a lot of new players, and everybody's kind of flying the same plane anyway. And, the difference between the beginning planes and the best ones isn't the hugest difference in the entire world. There definitely is a noticeable difference. But, you can definitely still shoot them down if you get behind them. However, if they're behind you, they're going to have enough upgrades to the point where it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Now, there are different points and different things you can do to customize and make the plane yours, and you can kind of build traits and make it to the point where your crew is a lot more powerful and a lot more diverse, and they can kind of figure out and do things on their own. Now, there are planes like the B-27 bomber or something. There's like bombers. I don't know exactly what the names of them are, but the main gist of what I'm trying to get at is there are bombers, and that's basically what you want to be dropping on, the vehicles and stuff like that. It's the best way to destroy multiple amounts of them because they can drop a lot of bombs. And I was spectating this guy a couple of games ago, and he had, one of the bombers, but he had a ton of bombs, and he was up in the highest altitude, and he was just dropping them down on the vehicles and stuff like that. He was getting, 7, 8 kills per time, and that's his job. And now, granted, those bombers do have guns on the top and bottom, and that's kind of where you want to upgrade your crew, because if you upgrade your crew, they kind of take care of the planes that are, flying up behind you or below you, trying to blow you up, because, you're doing a really active duty. You're really making their job a lot more difficult. Now, there are fighter planes, stuff like that. Now, when I give fighter planes, I don't mean there's like planes that look like in the military today. This game's a little bit more based on a older generation kind of planes. You're not going to be seeing no, battlefield jets and anything like that flying across the map and making it all super easy. But you can definitely start to build up to where planes will start to resemble what they are today, but it'll take you a long time. You'll definitely have to get a lot of points because those things are pretty expensive, but the functionality of them still works the exact same. Now, as I was talking before, you have crew points, you have stuff like that, and you can definitely make your visibility, your G-force is kind of like when you turn too fast, you'll go into this blackish kind of fade screen, and definitely you're going to want to slow down, you're going to want to shape your plane because you're going to want to level it back out. I don't think I do it in this particular gameplay because I was pretty fluent in flying and I think everything kind of worked out. Granted, you guys did not get to see me fly the very first plane because I got rammed by the opposition. There's a lot of ramming that goes on. It's a little bit more worse than Battlefield to a certain degree because I think people just expect you to move because they think that they're this almighty king and they, own the air or something like that. So I've definitely got rammed probably about 15 times since I've played. I definitely haven't dumped a ton of time into the game already, so it's giving you the implication that people kind of are, pussies. They don't really want to play the game the right way. They kind of just want to run into you because they get points for destroying you. As long as they shoot you one time, they get the destroy point. So it's hand in hand, you got to look at it in different shoes, and I don't know, it's a little bit more frustrating at moments, but it's not something where, they just come up behind you and ram right through you and you're dead. They'll come right at you and they'll just expect you to move. I think at one point you guys will see something of the equivalency, but I did get out of the way before the guy was going to do it. I was pretty sure that he was going to do it because it was a low-end plane, it was a beginning plane, so there was no repercussion for him doing something, not honorable, I guess, on the side of the aircraft, combat and stuff of that equivalency, so that's just something to watch out for if you guys are jumping into it. If you guys, check the description, you guys download it and all that. Just be careful for, not exactly skilled people. They're just going to try to run into you. So, I guess that's my pro tip for you. But I was talking to you guys about points, and there are different departments you can do your pilot stuff. I was telling you about like stamina, G-force, there's about 6 items. I don't remember what they all are, but they all resemble something to do with visibility and checking different things and making your flying experience a lot more balanced. Now, something you're going to want to take note of is each plane has different points. So, if you spend 150 points on one plane, not all your planes are going to have the exact same characteristics. So you really want to balance your stuff out. You want to make sure you're purchasing the correct amount of stuff. If you're a premium member, you want to make sure you're really, looking into it a little bit harder. You definitely want to buy low and then upgrade what you have at that moment and then kind of spend more points as time progresses. You don't want to just do what I did because I spent all 110 of my golden points, or if you guys get into the game, you'll understand. And unfortunately, I don't have a screen to show you, but there are different points. There's lion points, which are like silver coins, I guess. You have gold coins. You have different kind of coins, and they each resemble a completely different currency that is, unique to unlocking selected things. So, if some things cost 5 gold points, your silver wings aren't going to matter at all. Your silver ones are mostly used to buy, like, upgrades, like if you want better machine guns, you want more bombs, you want to repair your plane, you want more ammunition, stuff like that. I think I have, like, 70,000, so that gives you guys the implication or the understanding, more or less, that, you'll definitely never run out of the silver points. Gold, however, those are more valuable, and those definitely do make a huge difference when you want to upgrade your crew. Now, there are, however, the gunner seat. The gunner seat is definitely the more important thing, I would have to say, because if you are using a bomber, you really want to rely heavily on your accuracy and your precision. You want to make sure that they're shooting the plane down instead of, missing a lot of bullets. It'll make it a lot more balanced for you. It'll make it a lot more easy for you to do well. And your crew won't exactly be this bunch of idiots that, you're shaking your head wondering why they're missing so many bullets. So I guess that's really the functionality of it, guys. I mean, there's a lot of information that I can't really get into because I haven't unlocked everything. I haven't exactly jumped into it all. But as for the bombs, pretty self-explanatory. You drop them on vehicles, and they do a lot of damage. The bombers, however, do carry a larger bomb, so the explosion's a lot bigger. I think they're 500 G, and I think most of the standard ones are about 100 or 200. So, it's a pretty good margin right there. When you unlock the bomber kind of bombs and stuff of that equivalency, I think the game becomes a lot more interesting, but your job also becomes a lot more difficult. You're definitely going to, have to pay attention. You're going to definitely have to be flying at higher altitudes. You can't just be on the ground level with all the other planes because you're going to get destroyed. I mean, a lot of those planes, their benefits are not being able to fly very high, but they're really good close on the ground. And definitely don't forget about doing the objective. I know a lot of people just seem to do whatever the fuck they want, and then they lose games and they get angry. So, there is domination in a sense. I don't know if it's exactly domination. I know I played one where it's like kind of like there's only one flag in the middle and you got to capture it, kind of like what war was. If you guys are Call of Duty fanatics, you guys played World at War back in the day. It's basically the equivalency of that. That is definitely a lot of fun, but I think you have to land in order to capture the flag, so you can't just fly around it like in Battlefield. So, you know, definitely listen to what the chat's saying. Definitely try to communicate with your teammates, because it'll make it a lot more interesting, and I guess that's kind of where I stand. As for the anti-air, it's pretty weak. I mean, you guys don't have to worry too much about it. It's not just going to blow you up unless you are flying directly at it like an idiot. So those are my pro tips for you guys, but I guess that's really the main gist of it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Definitely let me know if you want to see more of this. I thought it was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun getting gameplay for it, and I hope you guys enjoyed. So anyway, guys, I'm going to be signing off. This is NMO, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next installment. Peace.